Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Aero Maulers Club. We're going to take up the FMS 64mm F-16. Now she's stripped down, doesn't have any of the ordnance on her, mainly because I've had so many bad wing overs and stuff that ripped them right off, so she's pretty clean. Running a 2800 SMC high voltage pack.
Motors on.
Kind of windy, not really bad. It's just a little bit of a cross breeze, but not too bad. Nothing I can handle or hope to handle anyways. But this is a very light little plane. Timer set for 4 minutes, and I do have the AS3X Plus on board. I don't have the nose gear, nose wheel gyro programmed to this one yet. I probably will at some point. But I do have everything else on board as far as my priorities being at 100. I've reduced my AS3X gains and all that good jazz. All right. Let's see if I can remember how to fly this little guy. I haven't flown it in forever. Reaching for the imaginary retracts that I don't have. A little bit of up trim needed. Now remember, it's a very light little foam plane, so wind is going to mess with it no matter how much programming you may have. Take it up, stall it. There. Now that's a useful little trick right there if you're starting to think you're running low on your battery, you need to cool it off a little bit. Take it up, do a tail slide, let it come back down on its own inertia, and that will force some air down those electronics. You just got to pay attention to your orientation though. All right. See if I can remember how to land this little guy.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Gotta be on your rudder with this cross breeze. Little accidental touch and go. All right. Take her in the wind. Kind of a sloppy inverted flight, but that's okay, we'll take it. All right, point it right at me.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
All right, it's my 2-minute warning. Let me land it, my 2-minute landing. Remember, throttle. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my reverse on my bind yet on this one. So, I didn't have any choice but to power out. Now, you don't want to get this one in the grass. That little bitty nose wheel will dig in and flip the plane. There. If you're not happy with it, go around. I say you got very narrow gear, very narrow.
Braking.
Now there's the braking on a different switch.
Mode.
I highly suggest if you have reverse thrust on a plane, put it on your bind switch.
1 minute.
That way you won't mistakenly hit it and lock it in the reverse function as you're trying to fly. The bind switch will automatically put it back into forward thrust, which is what you want. And that forces you to have to hold that bind button down while you're braking. Let's get one more takeoff and landing. All right.
Thirty seconds. Twenty seconds. Braking.
There you go.
Cruise mode.
All right, kind of gives me an idea. This is my warm-up jet, my warm-up plane today. Just kind of gives me an idea of how the wind is blowing and how it feels. But it's a good little flying jet right here. Not my favorite F-16, but it is a good solid flying plane.
Prop secured.
3 seconds left on a 4-minute timer. We're going to do another flight here in a little while, and we'll combine both flights into one video to give you all the rates and all my AS3XX settings and everything up next. So be continued. Well, hey folks, all right, second flight on the FMS 64 F-16. She's no ordnance, bone stock. Got an SMC 2800. I think it's a 2800 pack in her. High voltage 4S. I forgot I needed to change and put the reverse function on my bind switch. And that's what I paused to do. You can actually see that green nav light right there. It's so bright for such a little B model. Has some of the best, one of the best light packages for a 64. The high alpha flying there. Maybe.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Yeah, the wind is definitely messing with this little guy. Whoa! Oh, you know what? I wonder if I can.
Braking. Cruise
Now,
mode.
that's what you call a rough and tumble flight landing. You don't want this in the grass. The wheels are too small and she'll dig in. All right. Let me get back to right position. All right. You turn around here. Yeah, this would, I need to go in there and do the nose wheel gyro. I've got the open channel for it, because this would definitely be a good candidate for it. It would be a big help. As light as this little guy is.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Flying good though, even in the wind. I do have the gains turned way down on the knob though. Let me turn them up just a little bit. Got a good sound to her, that's for sure.
One minute.
All right. Make a landing pass real quick. Not much of a landing pass.
Seconds. Twenty seconds.
There we go.
Timer expired. Braking. Cruise mode.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Great flying little F-16, just small and very narrow gear. I think I'm on my third nose cone.
Prop secured.
All right, let's take her back to the bench and talk about her. First things first, let's get you a battery report. First battery, I had 3 seconds left on a 4 minute timer, and I had 32% left in that battery. In this SMC pack, I was 15 seconds over on a 4 minute timer, and I got 26% left. So still 4 minutes of solid flying and you're safe. All right, speaking of which, I have an AR630. You know what, real quick, let me show you my placement and then I'll go over my rates. If you look on the wood tray, you can see the beginning of the wood tray there. I got 2600, so maybe about half an inch in, there's a line. That's where I balance these 2800 SMC packs. Okay, XT60 connector, AR630 receiver that has been upgraded to AS3X Plus. Okay, got that? All right, now let's go over our settings, and I'm going to just tell you, instead of writing it all down, I'm just going to tell you and give you time. I'll probably repeat everything. Let's talk about the plane settings itself. Okay, I flew in my high rate, as you can see the throws. Okay, my high rates that I flew in on the aileron is 100% with 30% expo. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. And rudder, 100%, 30% expo also. That's the only rate I usually fly in. Now, I do not have flaperon set up on this. I could, but I don't. I have just a traditional regular wing. Let's go over my AS3X settings that I just flew in. I actually just changed it right before I started the first flight today. All right. The normal AS3X gains, I've reduced all of them by 10. For the roll, I went from 40 to 30. For the pitch, I went from 50 to 40. And from the yaw, I went from 60 to 50. So I reduced everything by 10. My priorities, instead of, this was set at 160 because it hasn't had the latest update. I now have all the priorities on pitch, yaw, and roll all at 100. Okay. Did not change headings or stop lot or any of that. Whatever the default is, I've just changed it. So the only thing I changed was I reduced all the AS3X settings down by 10, and I reduced all priorities to 100. That's the only change that I have made. And still I don't have the nose wheel set up yet. I'll probably end up doing that at some point. But that is a good flying little F-16. Don't be, you can get her into a high alpha type stance. Just remember, if you get too slow, when you start seeing them wings rock, she's fixing to stall on you. She's fixing to drop a wing and stall on you. So the idea is to get in that high alpha, but with enough speed, and you don't have any of that wing rock. Okay, you kind of have to find that special little balance point where you can fly along like that to stay in that, lock in that high alpha. Now, sometimes you get into a high alpha lock, which is almost like a tail slide, and you're like this, okay? Now that doesn't mean you're out of balance, just means you've got the plane locked up like this. And the best thing to do is cut power and let it roll down, do like a tail slide or something to get up out of it, because you got to get that nose down to get speed going up over the wing. So, because without lift, without speed, you have a flying brick that's falling out of the sky. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is the FMS F-16. Don't look too close. She's been roughed and tumbled many, many times, but she's a durable little plane, and I enjoy flying her. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be a affiliate link in the description of the video if you're interested in this plane. You got a light package on this thing. I wish I'd waited till later to really show you the lights, but I didn't. I got other things to do. So, all right, well, God bless y'all. God is good. And don't forget, folks, faith, family, and friends, and then F-16s from FMS. Bye-bye.